Hey guys, this is Tim from TheGuidingLeash, and we're going to talk about how we introduce leash pressure to a dog. It's actually the first thing I teach a dog before we introduce any other command. You have to remember that they don't come pre-programmed, they don't come pre-packaged, they don't understand us at all. They're really, really good, however, at pattern recognition, and that's where all obedience comes from. They learn, I hear this noise or I hear this sound, and then this thing happens next. And they're really good at recognizing that cause and effect pattern. So what I like to do is I use a light element of guiding leash pressure so that they can understand in the physical sense, teach them what pressure means, how to turn it off, and then that they get good stuff. So they quickly learn I'm in control of the pressure. I decide when it turns off. I get something awesome every time this light guiding pressure turns off. And what that gives the dog is a very clear picture of I need to make a change, which is light pressure on, or I've done the right thing, which means all the pressure has gone away and a reward has happened. I use this leash pressure system not only to teach the dogs what to do, to help show them what we expect of them, and to help guide them through more distracting environments, but I also use it to teach dogs really the first command that we give them, which isn't sit or down or come or anything like that. I actually give them a release command, typically free or break, which lets the dog know, hey, we're done working now, you can do whatever you want. And by doing this, by introducing obedience and leash pressure to a dog in this way, I don't have to use a wait command or a stay or hold or hang on or anything like that. Instead, the dog will learn sit means sit, down means down. Heeling, being next to my leg, means heeling and being next to my leg. Not sitting unless my best friend knocks at the door, or sitting unless one of my doggy friends is down the road and I just want to go over and say hi, or there's that squirrel in the yard over there. Sit means sit until I've told them free or break. So by teaching obedience this way, we build our wait or our stay command into all of the other obedience commands. So I'll bring a dog out now and I'll show you how I go about teaching them what leash pressure is, what it means, how to turn it off, and how to get a reward. And this will be ultimately what all of our other obedience commands is laid over. So the reason why I do this and how I like to think of it is it gives me a common language to communicate with my dog. Because they don't understand English. I understand body language, but I don't understand barks, so I don't really speak dog. But by getting this common communication where they go, I'm an animal, I understand pressure. They're animals, they understand pressure. It's what motivates me to do homework, to study for exams when I was in school. It was the pressure of a work deadline that motivated you to work. And then when you accomplished your goals, when you had done the right thing, you feel that wave of relief that is automatically rewarding on its own. But when you're working hard, you get recognized for it. You get promotions, you get bonuses, you get raises. And for dogs, what those are more freedom, more safety, more control. We can do more fun things. I can go on hikes, we can go swimming, we can go out and about, we can go into town, and we don't have to worry about other dogs being out and about, whether they're well-behaved or unruly, because either way, they don't affect us, because his obedience has allowed him to have a lot more freedom in a safe and controlled manner where I don't have to worry about him. I like to think of the leash as a seatbelt for him, where it helps him focus, where if we need it after we've been working for a while, it's still there to help him, to protect him, and to guide him through the crazy man-made world that we live in. So this is my buddy Cyrus here, and he's going to help us demonstrate how I go through teaching what I'll ultimately call the name game, teaching them what leash pressure means, and teaching them that release word. So it's cool that he's hanging out, milling out in the back. All I'm going to do is pull lightly and back up. You see he comes in towards me. Good job, bud. I'll give him a little bit of food. And then break, start to introduce his release word. And he'll immediately go back to sniffing. They have very strong, senses of smell, so they're out and about, they're roaming, they're investigating. And what I'm waiting for is any time where their focus is off of me, where they're distracted, for me to slip away. So he's quickly figured out, hey, this guy's got some food. Let me see what's going on with him. Let me check into him. And some of your dogs might naturally be a little bit more focused on you in those quieter environments, in those calmer environments. So something that you can always do is you can take a piece of food and you can throw it out for them to get. You want to let them get that food, but as soon as they've gotten it, all you're going to do is back up and kind of reel them in. I like to think of the game as like having a fish on a line if you guys have gone fishing before. So I'll throw a little bit of food out. Cyrus, good boy. Good job. Break. Cyrus. Good boy. Break. Cyrus. Good boy, bud. Break. So what we're developing here is he learns, hey, every time I hear my name, I feel a little bit of pressure, and that pressure turns off as soon as he looks at me and starts to come into his face. So this is something that is not only great for teaching him pressure on, pressure off, and leash work, but is something we use throughout our training program to ultimately introduce heeling, where the dog walks on a loose leash next to us, and recall, where the dog comes back to us when called. So it's a great foundational skill for your dog to know, hey, when I feel this, it means I need to make a change. And when the pressure has gone off, it means I've done the right thing. And it's coupled with the fact that they get an awesome reward, the food, the engagement, a little bit of petting and praise at the end. But this is our foundational skill where they learn not only leash work, not only leash handling skills, but it's also where we introduce that release word that lets them know, hey, we're done working now, clock out, you can do whatever you want. All right, that's my fun tip for the day. As always, if you guys are struggling with anything behaviorally, obedience-wise, or just looking to take your skills to the next step, feel free to go to the Contact Us tab, fill out a consultation and evaluation form, and we'll see if we can't get you set up to guiding you to a better tomorrow today.